Welcome back, everyone. We are going to continue talking about space today, but instead of really focusing on the main idea like we have been, today we are going to look at text features. So make sure you have a pen and pencil or a pen and paper ready or a pencil and paper ready. You're really going to want to write down what these text features are because your homework today, you're going to have to label the text features on a piece of writing. And if you have it written down, it will be much easier. So today, your goal is to use text features to locate information in a text. That's really why text features are helpful, because they help us find information faster and without having to reread the whole piece of text every time. So the first text feature that we are going to learn about is one you may already know. It is the table of contents. You find the table of contents at the very beginning of a book, and it tells you what all of the chapters are called in the book and what page you can find those chapters on. So for instance, in About Earth, if I just wanted to learn about the sky, I know I could find this chapter about the sky and I could go to page 18, and instead of reading the whole book to find information about the sky, I could just go straight to that page. It saves me some time. So the table of contents tells you what the chapters are called and where they are located. There are two types of titles in your book. The type of title that you've probably already talked about is it's on the front cover of the book and it's the title of the whole book. But we also have titles within the chapter, and they are the chapter titles. So like in About Earth, it's this big, bold title here, Earth. You can tell it's the title because it's much bigger than the rest of the text and usually comes at the very beginning of a chapter or the beginning of a piece of writing. The heading are like little mini titles within a section. So for instance, the title of this section is Earth's Gravity. You can tell it's the title because it's big and it's telling you what this whole section is about. As opposed to this heading right here, it's smaller but still stands out, and it tells you this section of the chapter is going to be about what is gravity. So the heading tell you what each section is going to be about. We also have diagrams. So diagrams are drawings or pictures that have labels. That's how you can tell that it's a diagram and not just a picture. If it was just a picture, it would just be a picture of the solar system. But since this one has all of these labels on it, it is a diagram because it is explaining to you what is happening in the picture with the labels. Another one you might already know is a photograph. So this would be a picture someone took of a real thing and put into your textbook. So this is a photograph of these mountains. Photographs or illustrations also have captions on them. A caption is a sentence or two on or around a picture that tells you what is happening in that picture. The next one we're going to talk about is a map. A map is a depiction of where something is. So like you can tell this is a map of Antarctica. It shows you what the shape is. It labels some of the places on Antarctica. It's a map. If you see bold words in your book, that's going to tell you that there is a vocabulary word. So you see this like dark, bold word oozing in this chapter. That means that this is a vocabulary word that you can find in the glossary. The glossary shows you the definition of all of those bold words that you saw in your text, and it comes at the end of the book. So when you see a bold word, you can always flip to the end of the book to the glossary to find out what the definition of those words are. Today, just like I said, you should have written down what some of those are, because there's going to be a page for you to complete where you are going to label the text features within a short piece of text. As a review, today we talked about how to identify text features in a nonfiction text and how to use them to find important information in our stories.